the main Andromeda session on July 13th, 2017.
Thank you.
222.
So one of the desired outcomes would be bring Thomas or explain Thomas about the team and incorporate him to the body teams and incorporate him. Okay.
I think the correct term would be onboarding.
Okay, and onboard him. Okay.
Why not? Oh, because your credit card like gets rid of one, of course.
Okay.
May we have the link for the broadcasting?
I put it right here on the recording. I'm gonna link for the video indexing as well here, so we're good to go.
Great, thank you.
Okay, I don't know if we have some other desired outcomes for today.
Yes, we do indeed. So let's make sure we have it really clear, explaining Thomas how about team and onboarding him, and payments, etc.
Yeah.
I think we're good on the slowing down part. We want to get more organized. Wait, you just said another thing that we didn't have down here. What was the other thing? It was there was another thing that you said.
Taking topics that we didn't discuss on the last
the budget
section.
Yeah.
Yeah, like budget. Yeah.
So what would be the outcome for the budget? Just to get on the same page on the budget?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, also we need to discuss about claim bonuses. That was what I was going to write down, yes.
I can read your mind, Ellie.
Yeah, I can read my mind.
Yeah, the bonuses stuff is actually kind of exciting. We have some new ideas as well for some team bonuses, so let's definitely cover that. So you have budget, team bonuses. I think that the top priority is the individuals. Did Thomas get a chance to do like an extended check-in, or do you just do a short one?
He just did like a short one.
Okay, so maybe we could focus on Thomas. There's also both Thomas and Jason. We need to do what do you call it? Person. Oh no, I do. Damn it.
Also, we can add inappropriate topics or responsibilities. Create his documents.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Documents.
And for Jason too.
Yeah.
Jason just needs a work reporting doc. That's all he needs.
Yeah.
And Thomas needs all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, so that's good. And then I want to go to the topic, the master topic list, and we wrote some other things there.
Oh, also, I think you already discussed, but not all the people in the team knows about the new document where we put all the sessions of all the body teams. Jorge just showed me yesterday where we have to put all the documents we create as body teams. I don't know the name of it.
The global weekly daily list of documents.
Yes, I think that's new, and that's important that we give it a little bit of time to discuss.
Okay, so yeah, so we go over an more understanding on the documentation systems, and that would be the discussing documentations, documenting our documents and notes. Yeah. So there's multiple levels here. There's the global list of documents. There's the master notes schedule, and there's the by the team like Andromeda notes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, so we can go through those. Additional exit liaison. I think the goal of the exit liaison is be on the same page for the process of exit liaisoning. And clarify policies on working, paid work, and honorary work. Yeah, that is pretty much a desired outcome. So yeah, let's get that done too. So we want to go over some policy stuff. Policies and policies. Anything else? I guess if we could get to it, another awesome thing would be do finance training.
Yes, please, and also about center blocks if possible. Because we would like to start working on that so we can help you a little bit more. And there was another thing that we need to help you with, Jay. It was, do you remember what? Yesterday, Jay mentioned that he needed help with a lot of help, actually.
Which is everything?
Taxes? No.
I think it was just everything.
Yeah, it was another thing that he mentioned. I don't know if it was legal, something legal. I just can't recall.
Let me check on my notes.
Okay, well, maybe we should do some updates, and we'll do some updates from the bike teams and stuff, and that'll help get that clarified. But I mean, there's just so much going on, and I need help with all of it, and it's just, it's a lot, but things are going the right direction. Yeah. And it also relates to, like, one of my solutions is this idea of the bonus structures, and I want to go over the bonus structures and the new bonus ideas and see what you guys think. And yeah. So I think we're good. We're ready to get started. There's a lot, and yes. I would actually throw here this is a huge list of desired outcomes. I don't know if we're gonna get to everything, but I would also throw out that it would be nice to try to end early and get on doing work, because I got so much work to do, So I think there is work that is more important than training right now. Specifically all this legal stuff that is just, I'll do some updates on it too, but yeah. So
was it client relations? No.
Well, client
we also need a client relations. That's very important. That's how we are going to keep building the community and how we are going to get more money. And we are not working enough on that. Yes, that's important, but it was another one. I just can't remember. Sorry. Yeah.
I think it was just like general organization between like all the 20 different like super top priorities and like
yes.
Anyways, let's jump into the topics. Is there any objections to these topics? Are we looking good?
No. Let's go ahead.
Cool. Do you want to keep going, Nelly? You're doing great.
Okay. So right now we are going to start on with the updates. Okay. So we're going to have different kind of updates. We're going to start with the client updates. Okay.
Dude, and you can definitely bust out on getting your $45 thing going, right? You're going that now?
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, still if you can hangouts.
Oh, yeah,
so I believe that if someone has client updates, it's going to be Jay. So Jay, would you like to help us with that part?
Okay, yeah, some updates are good. Which one did you want me to start with again? Can you say it again?
Client updates.
Okay, cool. So the main thing here, and I'm just going down to the notes here, doing updates on the notes. And Thomas, if you want to jump in and help with notes, you're very welcome to do that. All right, so let's see. In the context of the client updates, the main thing is that basically I got approval in the last executive team meeting on Wednesday that we can, push back and postpone some of all the finance related stuff. And I mean, we still have to do the taxes, which are obviously due in less than a month, but overall, the top priority right now is getting the legal infrastructure set up. So there's two primary things. One is there's this new contract we're doing with a worker that is a top priority worker that needs a very specialized contract, and we're already working with multiple lawyers to make that happen as soon as possible, and that needs to basically happen by tomorrow. The other one is the Swiss Foundation. So we're helping set up a Swiss Foundation. So I'm writing all of the articles of organization. So anyways, I mean, these are just crazy timelines. It all needs to be ready by tomorrow. I need to focus, 100% of my time on it and do as much as I can. And it's just a lot. Yeah. So hopefully that all goes well. And yeah, I think other than that, we just keep going on with everything. But that's the main client updates. And I've been talking with them about increasing our budgets. I think we should do it as part of the budget process, and next month, request more money, and just hope for the best, and see what we can do. I mean, there's no guarantee, and I think we're going to be okay with the increases we already got, but it would be nice to be able to hire people locally and not be spending 5 times more money than they're actually paying us. But yeah, check.
Okay, great. Thank you for that.
I guess we're not spending 5 times more. We're only budgeting. We're budgeting 5 times more than they're actually giving us. Yes, that's the
yes.
Yeah. Check.
Yeah. Perhaps we will need to create new budgets for that. So.
Yeah, we have some new budgets,
okay.
and in prioritizing recruitment is essential. So, and getting our local recruitment.
Yeah, we are working on that on Pacific sessions. So yeah. So later we will well, let's go ahead and talk about the body teams updates. So I don't know if right now I think I don't know how many body teams we have. I think it's just Jorge and I. So I don't know how much updates we have as body teams. So
well, actually, we just had updates from the body tracking. We are way ahead from body tracking comparing to last month, and well, that's good. And that'll be it.
And we are already finishing the second quarter, the quarterly value tracking. I think it's already pretty much done. I don't want to say done because
is it ready to send out? Is it ready to send out the announcement?
Yeah, I think it's yes. I think it's good to send the announcement. Yes.
Right,
I will say that.
We might want. I mean, remember last we have the entire quarter to do quarterly value tracking verifications. So there's no hurry. So maybe we should go over it for a few more days and plan on announcing it early next week after all this legal craziness slows down a little bit.
Yeah, maybe Steve can verify it, like to give it a double, triple check.
Okay.
But I think it could be ready to send out the announcement for them, the EXA team to revise it. But I think it's already to review it. But I think it's already good to go.
Awesome.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's our updates for Jorge and Nelly. Let's go to the next team, which will be Jay and Steve.
Cool. Yeah, me and Steve had a couple of buddy teams this week, and we, got a lot of stuff done. And there's the communications meeting planned for tomorrow morning, and then also we did, some strategizing. On some of the bigger pictures in the house, like we have a plan for the house. We might even get an additional $500,000 agreement monthly for doing the house. So all that's working out pretty good. And we also went over the new bonus structure idea of the team bonus. So we'll talk more about that later today. But yeah, so me and Steve, things have been going well, and he's been really stepping up, and it's exciting. Oh, that reminds me, we also been talking a lot about Steve's level and getting Steve to level 4, and I think we might want to add that to our topics for today. Is hopefully going through the individual levels, and getting, maybe even proposing getting people up to level 4. That'd be good.
Okay, great. So, any other updates from the buddy teams?
Well, I think if on the buddy teams, we could go to global teams.
Okay, so let's go to the global teams updates.
Other super teams. So Sonic, is there anything from Pacific? I think it's just,
yes, Sonic Pacific.
We actually have a couple things. So we have Sonic. We definitely have Australia. There's Atlantic. I don't know about Pacific, but we'll just add it in there anyways. All right. So I'm gonna start with the global full moon. That session went really well. We did approve a budget. And that went good. So the global full moon core team. This would be like the core team. And the most important thing to understand about this is that, you know, we're one single core team for the whole world, and then it's broken out into these sub teams, so like the super teams. So, you know, we'll keep going over that as far as the structure. But yeah, any questions on the global full moon session and the core team?
No.
All right. So the Sonic was pretty cool. Sonic session, you know, is extremely organized. I mean, in many ways, they're more organized than the Andromeda team. I think they're also doing a little bit less work, so that might add to it, that they're able to have a little more time in getting organized. But me and Steve are actually very impressed with the Sonic team's organization. They have this wonderful, like, you know, weekly schedule of responsibilities that's broken down. That's just really good. But then they need to actually apply it, and so they're still a little behind on that part. But it's hard in terms of the only other thing is that there's still ongoing conflicts with Julie and Lucy, and tonight there might be a conflict evolution meeting again, and we might still need the Andromeda team to step in if it gets more complicated.
Okay.
All right, so that's it for Sonic.
Okay. For the Sonic, were they told about the resolution, about being kind to each other, and the 3 strikes and all that, and even though the situation continued?
Well, basically Julie took off a week, which I think helped a lot. And so we didn't really get to like the full, you know, addressing it while everyone was there. So tonight might be the first night that everyone is there present and can address it since some of the decisions from last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So should we move on to Austrasia?
Of course.
So we had the first Austrasia team meeting. Or it was like the main weekly meeting, right? Which was very exciting. We had a very, very good discussion and talk, very different from any other session that we've ever had before. And the primary focus was on the idea that it's really like handing off the baton, you know, and it's basically like, you know, Lucy, Abdul, Zilu, Adnan, Asif, you know, really, we're handing off the baton in the evening in the Americas to the Austrasia session in Quinton, and then that's going to hand it off to the Central Asia, and that's going to hand it off to the Eurafrica, and then it comes back to the Atlantic and the Americas the next day. So, you know, it really got a much more broader sense of why it's so important, like, to be organized and be prepared to really function fully independently, because very, very soon here in the next month, we really want to get into the whole 24 hours a day. So it's exciting. People began to understand that.
Okay.
So that's that.
So that's good. Let's go to the following and the Atlantic.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure if the Atlantic session really happened this week. So the Atlantic's been still pretty discombobulated. And it's almost like this weird thing where it's either people from like the global team where they're up late, or it's like people from the Americas up early, but it's like not combined still. It's very odd.
Okay.
Okay, we didn't have time for this one, but I think we're just done with this updates, right?
Mm-hmm. I think that's for the Pacific. Well, we just I think we are getting more organized. We have some projects that we are working on, like recruiting, scheduling, and calendars. So we have some projects already. Even though we are a small team, we are working on already. So we are happy working together. That's it. So.
But the Pacific has been the main time and group that's really been pushing recruitment, and that's extremely important. And
yes.
For example, Thomas wouldn't be here without the Pacific.
Exactly. Yes, and I think another person is going to join us now. Her name is Jean. So.
Right now?
Right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So let's go to the next one. That is going to be the next topic. That is going to be Thomas. Thomas, you're going to be a whole topic.
Well,
Yes, that.
Thomas and, just like, onboarding in general.
Yeah.
So do you want to hand this off to me, Nelly? Is that what we're doing? Or?
Yes, please go ahead with Thomas and the onboarding.
We want to just make a space here for you to ask any questions you want to have a little bit more extended place to introduce yourself, tell us more about your interests in life, your life goals and dreams, like, what you enjoy working on, kind of where you see yourself in the organization. So I'll know a little more about your roles and, yeah, and then, answer all your questions, make sure it's clear on your payment. And then we also we could, do in the background, we could be making his main doc and like his work reporting so he knows how to start tracking his hours, etc., etc.
Okay. So let me start. Okay, as you know that my name is Thomas. Okay, I'd like first thing to know is how does this thing work? Okay, I'm seeing something like buddy teams. I don't know where I'm supposed to be. Then okay, right now I'm a student at Makerere University. Doing computer science. Yep. Any question?
Was that a question? Did you want to repeat it? I didn't quite get the question.
Okay, I would like to know. Okay, I've seen something like buddy team. Can you elaborate something more about that buddy team? What's buddy team? Something like that.
Cool. So our entire foundational structure is all based on buddy team. There's 3 types of buddy teams. One is what's called a main buddy team. So you can make a main buddy team with anyone in the world. We recommend, choosing somebody within the existing team structure because they're already approved in the budget as opposed to getting somebody else, but you technically can get anyone you want. And basically this would be your proposal as a main buddy team. You guys are creating your HR proposal combined together, and we do all of our budgeting with teams, right? So you are not getting approved as an individual within the budget, you get approved as a team. So then the second type of team is a provisional buddy team. If you don't find a main buddy team to work with, we can just assign you a temporary provisional buddy team to get started. You have a couple weeks. The next budget cycle is for would be mid-August, right? So there's a couple weeks to worry about that. It's not like a urgent hurry thing. And then the third type of buddy team is what's called a secondary buddy team. And those are where we do our work. So we over the course of the week, we would want to get your schedule of your availability, know when you're available, and then schedule you as basically, a guide on what buddy teams are. Really, you just show up. Within the buddy teams, we break up into small groups of 2 to 3 people. And then each buddy team is set with responsibilities. And each individual will have responsibilities that then you take on and you do your tasks within the responsibility. And you just have support as a buddy team to help you do it together. Because it's usually our responsibilities are a lot, so it's hard to do by yourself, especially at the beginning. So it's that's pretty much how the buddy teams work. And then we do the weekly check-ins. So this is one of our weekly check-ins where the whole team meets together. This is where we ask questions and address issues. And so during the week when we're in buddy teams is when we're doing the work. So all the buddy teams are like work sessions, and then we do the weekly check-ins to answer questions and deal with issues.
Okay, thank you. So I think for the start, you should give me some. Okay, you could tell me to some buddy team so that I can catch up with some the work that you're doing. And for now, let's say for now.
Cool. So obviously, for one buddy team you should do as a secondary buddy team would be Thomas and James, as well as Thomas, James, and Lucy.
Okay.
Because you guys are Uganda is in Africa, right?
That's true.
You guys are all in your Africa, so that will make it a little easier to communicate and talk and get support from each other. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So and these would be like secondary buddy teams, so you guys can communicate. And then yeah, I mean, eventually we want to get you guys connected with Anacleta, but she needs a few more weeks to move and all that kind of stuff.
I'm sorry, I got a question for Thomas. Thomas, do you have the document we're working on? Because probably you will need to read all the notes we're taking right now. It will be easier for you right now. So that's my question. Do you have the notes?
No, I don't have notes. So
okay, go to the Hangout window. Go to the Hangout window, and I'll be sending you a link so you can open up a link and you will see the document we're working on. You will see everybody which is taking notes, like all of us, taking notes, and you will see them there. Okay. So go to the link and you will see the document.
Okay, I've seen it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
So if you have other questions, Thomas, that's fine. But we would love to just take a minute or two and just give us a little bit broader perspective on your life. Where you've come from. Like, what are your life goals and dreams? What do you want to do? What are your skills? What do you like? How would you like to contribute? So we have a better idea of your involvement as a team.
Okay, right now I'm a foreign in this country, so I come from Kenya, but I came to study at Makerere Computer Science. So my goals is to work and to get more information out there, so that I can able to help the community.
Hi everyone.
Oh hey Steve, no wonder there's an echo.
Hey Steve.
I can't want there's an echo. I'll turn it off. I'm sitting silently until I have to say something.
Yeah, we'll have you check in just a second. Right now, Thomas is introducing himself. He's like a new recruit.
Also, we have Jean already in the line. In the meeting with us.
Okay, yeah. So let's do Thomas, and then we'll do Steve, and then Jean.
Nice to meet you guys.
So Thomas, continue. Sorry. Yeah, keep going.
Okay, so I also want to be a productive in our communities. So, yep, that's the goal that I have right now. Sure, that now. Okay. Yep.
Great. And so what are your do you have any particular goals they're working on? I mean, we know you're studying computer science. Is there anything you want to do with that, or is there any particular type of skill or work that you enjoy doing or that you're good at?
Okay. Okay. For my purpose to study computer science was to get an my passion is to be a software engineer. So that's why I went to study computer science. Then I'm that guy of technology, so I love technology a lot. So I want to study computer science. I can learn to make things, learn how to program a lot of things. Then I have skills in IP engineering. I'm good at that. And some programming. Right now we are studying Java, so I'm good at C and C++. So I'm good at that.
There you go, Jay, a Java programmer.
JavaScript, yeah. Well, maybe you'll get recruited into some of our other companies that we work with. All right, sweet. Let's go ahead and finalize here. I mean, did you get an email from us at all, Thomas?
Yeah, I got an email.
Do you know who you got it from?
Yeah, from Nelly.
An email from Nelly. Okay.
Yeah.
And Nelly, was there a specific reason why you contacted Thomas?
Yeah, because we got him in our intake form. So he was one with some special skills, and he speaks English, and he got the technical requirements that we need.
Okay, well, the number one reason to be getting Thomas involved is because he's in your Africa, and we need people from your Africa, and he's towards the top of the list. But generally speaking, all of those reasons that you gave, Nelly, are not reasonable reasons. The only reason that we outreach and invite somebody in is because we've approved them to be invited in. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay.
Nelly, does that make sense?
Yes.
So you shouldn't be just randomly deciding to, basically invite someone into the budget without it being approved or at some level.
Okay.
And if you look at the, this would be our public rankings. It would be people who have been bolded, right? So if someone's not bolded, that means that we're not inviting them yet because of budgetary reasons, okay?
Okay.
So, and then also you want to CC UnityNet Global, so we're all on the same page when we're doing outreach and recruitment. So you should have a list of everybody, and I should already know everybody who you've invited. So if there's other people you invited that we don't have no idea, you should make a list and you should let us know about that immediately so that we know what's going on.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Are there other people that we don't know about?
No.
No, just Thomas? Okay, well anyway, that should be fine. So anyways, I bolded Thomas because we're happy to have you, Thomas. This is awesome. I have here the 30 hours for $150. Does that sound correct, Thomas?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's all approved and good to go. So that should be fine. And we also have Gene that we'll go through as well. Do you have any questions? Like all you have to do is just track your hours. The hours help you get equity and all that. Have you done the detailed intake form?
Yeah, I've done.
Well, we have two intake forms. The one is the simple first one, and then there's the detailed intake form.
Okay, I've done both of them now.
You did both intake forms. Okay, so we want to make sure people do the detailed intake form, and then from there, the last component is updating the personnel file and making sure they have a work report. Do we have a main doc or work reporting doc for Thomas?
Not yet. We have to work on that. Not yet.
Yeah, so we should do that. Maybe James.
Thomas is in a meeting.
Maybe James, you could help do that as well for Gene, and then we also need to make a work reporting doc for Jason. Yeah, if you could help with that, James, that would be great.
So, Jay, could you please repeat to me how do we do recruitment if it's not from the intake form?
Well, the public ranking is the intake form.
Yeah.
So if we invited everybody, it would cost us like $50,000–$60,000 a month.
Yeah.
So there's no way we can invite everybody who applies, right? So you just invite the people who are bolded, who we've approved. So as long as the person's been approved, then we invite them, and that's based on our budgetary constraints.
Yes, and where do we check that?
Well, just if it's bolded. I mean, maybe we need a better color scheme. Maybe we should change the color scheme so it's clear.
Oh, okay, it's bolded. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, the colors are based on location in the world, right? Because we need to prioritize people in the Americas or your Africa or Asia, depending on where we need more people, right? And then from there we bold when approved within the public budget, right? And then lastly, their green is equal to active. Okay. Sweet. All right. So that's good. So any other questions, Thomas?
Yeah. Okay. On the budget.
Yeah.
You can see from your screen that I got an email that I'll be getting $150 for 30 hours. So in a week. Is that in a week or in a month?
That would be a month. So 30 hours a week for $150 a month.
Okay.
And this is just the data that you gave us, so you just want to make sure it's clear and that we're, on the same page. The great thing for you is like you can change it anytime you want to, right? So you can always change your rate. Every individual is empowered to make their own rate because it's complicated with all the jurisdiction stuff. And you want to make sure you do your jurisdiction as well. This make sure we have the jurisdiction form here. linked. And so we do the budget process once a month, and so people can update their budgets, and then you have to have your buddy team approve it, and we'll get you set up with your provisional buddy team for the next month cycle. But the question is whether, I mean, if that doesn't work with you, we need to address it now. If that makes sense and that's what you originally wrote, then that's what you yourself proposed. Would be the 150 for 30 hours a week. 150 a month for 30 hours a week.
That's a good one for the start. So that next time you can see how it will happen.
Okay, and in the detailed intake form, like if you go to the detailed intake form, which I'll show really quickly, this is where you put your much more detailed information, like the different types of positions, your language preferences, and your skills, and then your future pay rate. So not only do we want the information of like your ideal time, all that stuff, but we want to think about how much are you willing to get paid, like your lowest, for the next month, the next 3 months, so you can think ahead, like, hey, this is, July, August, and then we go August, September, then we go September, July, September, October. So you can think ahead 3 months, and then also what you would request. So you have your ideal, you have your lowest, then your requested is somewhere in between. And this would basically be, the next 3 months, what is your requested pay for this current time and over the next 3 months, right? So then we can put that into the budget over time. And so we can have an idea of what you would be asking for in the future, so we can plan ahead.
Okay, so I can update my form. Huh?
Yeah, you can update. Well, you can fill out the form again if you want to. But again, all of this information goes on what's called the everyone has an online personnel profile. And so we need to update everyone's online personnel profile, and we use the information that's within the detailed intake form to create and update your online personnel profile.
Okay.
Any other questions for you, Thomas?
For now, I'm good. Let's see what happened for the session so that I can learn more about this community.
Awesome, cool. And we're happy to have you here, and you can ask the questions at any time. And the most important thing is getting your schedule clear. If you're planning on coming to this schedule every day, you have access to the calendar, correct?
Yeah, I have access to the calendar.
Yeah, so any of the scheduled sessions you're invited to come to, and then just join in, and we'll break down and the more you get to, the more we can do training, so basically you're approved to up to 30 hours, but if you can't make it to the sessions, then would be a problem. So we want to get you to the sessions and get you planning. If those scheduled sessions don't work with you, we can schedule other times that work with you. And then the only other thing is the most important ones are the global sessions, like the new moon, full moon, quarter moons, and like the galactic sessions and like that. And then the other is we do have video training. So we have a bunch of videos that you can watch that can help you get training. And we can assign you tasks to do outside of the buddy team sessions, but you shouldn't really be working unless we assign you those tasks. For example, like doing a few video trainings to get you up to speed. And you can talk to, and also right now you're definitely assigned to talk to James and Lucy to connect. And I think it also would make sense to do Thomas and Jean as well, because the two of you are brand new, so you're perfect buddy team to work together. And you guys would probably be, the most likely model for the provisional buddy team, which would be basically, where you guys would start creating your short-term, temporary budget proposal for the next month.
Cool. And I would like to contact Jean.
Well, she's right here. We're about to talk with her, so we'll get you in touch. No problem.
Okay, cool.
So let's go on to, let's actually have Steve check in really quick and then go on to Jean. You want to help without that, Nelly?
Okay. Okay, Jean?
Well, let's have Steve check in really fast because he's also here.
Would you like to introduce yourself, Jean?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, my name is Jean, and I am from Philippines.
Where in the Philippines?
Bulacan.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? What you do, your background, what you're excited about, skills, life dreams, goals. You know, anything about yourself?
Okay. I'm a graduate of nursing, BS nursing, but I didn't take the exam to be registered. And then my previous work for 7 years was a sales coordinator. Then last year I resigned due to the work hustle of commuting. Then it's a good work, but due to the work due to the work commute, I resigned.
I'm sorry, it was quite cut. I couldn't take any notes.
Hello.
Hello. We can hear
we
you.
can hear you.
It's just that it was breaking up a little bit, Jim.
Pardon me.
It was breaking up a little bit. Could you please repeat that? What you said?
I said I'm a graduate of BS nursing.
Okay, of nursing.
Yes, and then my previous work for 7 years is as a sales coordinator in a Singaporean-based company.
As a what in this company? What was it again?
My previous work
Was what?
for previous work
I got the previous work, but what did you do?
as a sales coordinator.
Sales coordinator. Cool.
Okay.
And what else did I say?
Do you do any like note taking or spreadsheets, all that kind of stuff?
Yes, that's my primary job in that work. And then I do the sales monitoring, then the sales inventory, and mostly data entry.
That's great.
Okay. But last year, I resigned in that work.
Cool. Is there any other anything else you want to add? Like your goals or anything else, or good?
Goals. I can't think of anything right now.
Cool. Nice. Great. Awesome. So Nelly, should we go to maybe Steve or
Sure.
Does anyone have questions for Jean or?
No, just that we are really looking for someone who can help us with note taking. And I hope you can help us as soon as possible, okay?
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I'm not sure if I heard that Jean definitely helps with the note taking. I mean, I asked if she does, but she didn't say yes or no per se. But if you want to answer that one more time, Jean, if you do notes at all.
Yeah. So could you help us with note taking, Jean?
Okay.
Okay, great. So the following topic would be the budget.
Can we let Steve check in real quick?
Oh, sorry. So sorry, Steve. Could you please check in?
How are you?
I don't think you love me anymore, Nelly. You keep
Oh,
jumping
so
over me.
sorry,
You
Steve.
keep
He's been
jumping
going on
over
stuff all
me.
day. Then get the
Hi, everybody. Sorry I was late. I had to do a little some other
he's
work
good.
I was
He got
able to
his
do today, and I
unemployment
need to get
approved,
some
and so he
bills
has
paid,
like
so I had to run out
$1,500
and do
in the
it.
bank. He's like,
And I got stuck in traffic
very
on the way
excited.
home. I'm doing great today.
Yeah.
The ankle is feeling, and the leg is feeling much better.
And he helped.
Not
He helped
any
for like
pain
over 3
anymore.
hours.
I'm
He
off the
organized
pain
all the
meds. It
paperwork.
was-
It was very helpful.
And all in all, I'm a
He's
7.
very happy.
Getting ready for my trip to the Philippines, Jen. I will be in Manila on the 21st.
Okay, Lemon City.
Great.
Bye bye.
My fiance is from Eastern Samar.
Oh, I see.
So I'm coming to spend 15 days in your country.
Wow. Enjoy your stay.
I've been there before. I love your country. It's beautiful.
That's great.
All right, I'm good. Check.
Great. Thank you so much, Steve. So now we will
really
go
quickly,
to our next topic.
Really quickly before we go on.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that I'm on the same page here. Jean, is Jean correct? Do you also go by Jin or Jean, or what? I just want to make sure we have your name right.
It's Jean.
Jean or Jin?
Yeah. Jean.
Okay, good. Just making sure. All right, cool.
And just one question, Jean. Do you have the document we're working on?
Yes.
Great.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, Nelly, we're good.
Okay. So we will go to our next topic, which is budget. And that was topic that we needed to discuss the last meeting, but last meeting it was we discussed a lot of other topics, so we will do it right now. Okay.
Sure.
So could you please go ahead, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, I can give a quick update on the budget.
Thanks.
And basically, at the full team, at the core team meeting, the global core team meeting.
Yes.
And this was specifically on Saturday night. I think it was Sunday morning, 4 a.m. UTC. We did the budget and we approved it. Overall, the budget's looking good. We have money. Bitcoin and Ether have been dropping a little bit, but overall, we're still in reasonable shape as far as getting people paid and having our budget stable. So from there, I can go through it.
Yes, please.
And I think there was some questions on some of the bonus structures, and I don't know if we want to talk about that. Maybe we can combine some of the discussions on the bonuses and this, but let's just make sure we have clarity and agreement on our understanding on the budget and see if there's any questions or changes. So overall, our total global budget is about $18,000. A lot of that, or actually, that's actually not the total global budget. That's just our internal budget for the FPAN Community Network. Obviously, the whole budget of the money we oversee is like closer to $1 million a year, if not more. So we oversee a lot of money for organizations that's not our money, right? So we can't spend it, we can't do anything with it. We just oversee it and pay taxes or whatever to spend. But we do have $18,000 of our own money that we get to spend, which is exciting. So that's this. Goodness graciousness, my computer is not happy at all. So there's our $18,000. We break it out into annual, half-year budget, quarterly budget. So this is our monthly income. We have about $7,000 coming in for the month, and so overall we have about $12,000 total if we add up all of our annual, quarterly budgets and all the additional money coming in. From there, we divide it into 3 sections. We divide it into base team budgets. This basically is people's hourly rates. So if you getting paid, a monthly rate based on a general number of hours that you're going to be working, and that stipend is basically you get that by just working. So as long as you're working hours, you get the stipend, and it doesn't matter if you complete any work or not. So we basically want people to work, and that's where the majority of our money is currently going. I think over time that's going to change. But everybody usually needs some type of base rate, and you need to know that you're guaranteed to get at least some amount of money before you are dealing with other stuff. But for example, Thomas would obviously be interested in making more money than the $130. We have $4,000 budgeted to get work done, right? So if you actually produce output, which is project-based bonus hours, right? So if you do work that actually completes what is being asked to be done, you can get a bonus and get paid for the additional hours that you are working to actually get the job done that's being requested. The deliverables budget is $1,000. This is actually achievement-based. The difference between output and a deliverable is that a deliverable is like it's actually the entire project's done, the goal was met, there's a link, there's a final report, there's like whatever it is that you were working on, like a logo, it's done. Whereas output means that you completed like one step in the ladder to get us to the final product. Any questions on the divisions of the budget? We'll go over the bonuses again in a minute. So yeah, okay. So anyways, let's go on to the team budget breakdown. We break down the team budget into all the global teams. So that we have 5 quintins. So we break the entire world into 5 different segments. And then we have our active global team, America's team, Sonic team, Andromeda. And then we were also starting the Atlantic, Pacific, Australia, et cetera, et cetera. And then those are broken down into the full team. So now we have 2 full teams. So the original full team is now broken out into 2 full teams. One is the global full team, the other one is the America's full team. And then you have the subtotal for the global full team and the America's full team. And then 70% of that money is controlled by the team, and 30% of that money is controlled by the public. Okay?
Okay.
So we have our output budget here, which just breaks down, our most important things is investor relations, bring in more money. So if you bring in more money, you're going to get paid, right? If you help with the finances and the outreach, these are all very high priorities. So we have a lot of money dedicated to that within our output budget. Deliverables. Deliverables are broken out more per task, like the master ledger, the quarter blocks could also be something that we break down. Like let's say we put $100 for quarter blocks. That would be 10, we need 10 blocks. That would be like $10 per block, right? So that would be an example of how the bonus works with the actual deliverable. Sweet. So, oh no, this is exa. So this would be quarter blocks. America's full team. We currently have 3 buddy teams within the America's full team. In our budget, we have $460 left over, so it just barely fits. Within the global team, there's $346 left over, so it just barely fits. But we're in much better shape we were the month before, where we didn't have enough money at all. We had to consider cutting people. So things are moving forward. Obviously, our public budget is the part that there's the most left over. So obviously, our public budget, we're spending almost half of it already. America's team, we're starting to spend it, but we need to get more people in the Americas on board, especially locally, where we could easily spend like more than half of that locally, because the local, if not all of it, right? So anyways, I think that's pretty much it on the budget. I mean, it's all passed, it's approved, it's good to go, and it all fits. It's very exciting.
Great.
Yeah. And part of that is because we had a $2,000 increase per month from the client.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
So any other questions on the budget?
It's very simple. The more work we get done for them, the more they'll be willing to pay us when we show what we can do. So we just got to keep going.
Yes.
But we also need to do some things. You know this, Steve, about some client relations.
Yes. So we can talk on on our next buddy team. I think we have one this evening.
Yeah.
We can talk to Jay and we can start working on that also.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And just so you guys know, client relations is a more complicated responsibility. But basically it's the same concept for any of them. I created a client relations doc for that responsibility. And so if you want to learn about client relations, it's all there. I'm going to go grab a cup of water. I'll be right back.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You want to go to the next thing on the agenda now? So
Yeah,
budget.
actually, client relations is in the agenda. It's in the agenda for today. So I don't know how far we will go on client relations. I don't know if it's going to be a training or even more, but we will go ahead because we need to increase our budget, and the only way to do that is with client relations and giving more deliverables for the client so they can see that more of our work and that we are actually giving them the
More
the
than the value for
outputs.
their money.
Exactly.
Somebody please share the doc with me on the Hangout. Please.
Of course.
Thank you.
Which doc?
It's a good time to do that. Or on
All right.
Skype, or on Skype, wherever you want. Either one.
It's there. It's there already.
I got it. Thank you.
Okay, so let's go to the next topic, which is team bonus. Team bonus is some of what Jay was saying in the budget about having bonus for every work done or every task done. So to go farther on this topic, Jay will explain.
Is Jay back?
Yeah, I'm here.
I was going to say, part of the problem, and I was talking about it yesterday, is that people are starting things and not finishing them. So the object of the bonuses is giving them, giving everybody, myself, everybody here, everybody incentive to finish what we start and to get it done, not just to keep starting new things and not getting things done. Everything needs to be completed so we can move on to the next thing. Okay?
Yeah, the other component of it is that people like to work on what they know. And so a lot of that is like, simpler responsibilities and even like tasks. A lot of people love tasks and they just want to do their task and not worry about anything else. And so the bonuses also give an incentive to work on, overall priorities. So the overall priorities, and the higher the priority, the more of a bonus it will get. So it's like if you're just comfortable working on something that's not a priority, I mean, technically you can do that during your scheduled time, but you're not actually moving the goals of the organization forward, and you're not actually, helping get the most important task done, and you won't get a bonus for it. Yeah. Any other things you want to add, Steve, or something? So we're talking about 3 types of bonuses. The first one is the output bonus. And the first thing is making sure everyone understands what output is. Does anyone want to explain output? Does anyone want to explain output?
I think it was better if you explain it for everybody, including the new people.
But I think that's the problem, is that I have explained it like 20 times. And so someone else should be able to explain it in their own words, and then you make a mistake, and then I'll correct you.
All right. If nobody else is going to do it, I'll do it.
Okay.
Output is me making a proposal for us to do the house. I started from the beginning. I wrote the proposal. I got it done. I made a doc. I submitted it to Jay. It's done. There's nothing else to do on it. It's not partially done. There might be other work later on, but that doesn't come from doing the doc. The doc was asked for. The doc was done. That's output.
That's definitely pretty close. That's pretty close. I think a better way to describe it is that Steve, created a draft version of the proposal, right? So met that step. We may still need to update it, perfect it, take client feedback, you know, in terms of how to make it better. So it's not a completed deliverable yet because it hasn't been approved, and it might still need to be inputted. But the actual draft itself is output because it took it from nothing to now we have a draft that can move the process forward. But the process itself isn't done because we still don't have the agreed upon.
Right, it has to get approved by them, by whoever.
And so it's really helpful to understand deliverables. Deliverables. Another term for deliverables is final output. So it means that, you know, output is that it's a step in the process, whereas the final output is the final step in the process, which means there's nothing more. So an example with what Steve just said would be that we actually
list of houses.
Well, no, we actually finalize the agreement with the client, and so we get basically the house agreement or house contract. So the proposal is helpful, but the goal is actually finalizing the agreement and bringing in the money. Does that make sense? So the deliverable is never just a proposal. That doesn't actually achieve the goal. Achieving the goal is actually getting the client, and that's the deliverable. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Another example for the house, creating a list of new potential houses to move into would be output, whereas actually finding and signing the lease for the house and moving into it would be the deliverable. Right? It's the actual final goal. It's like a deliverable. It's done. Right? Does that make sense?
And sometimes some things that have nothing to do with us. We can only do so much, and then it depends on the client.
Of course.
It's up to the client whether it becomes deliverable or not.
Yeah, exactly. But that's just giving some examples. And sometimes output can be deliverables, and sometimes deliverables become output. And you know, there's a little bit mixed overall, but yeah. But typically, a deliverable is something that once it's done, you no longer work on it ever again. You know, and there is a lot of work that we do that never has a deliverable. Like payroll, for example. Payroll is not really a deliverable; it's output. The only thing you could ever say is that this week's payroll, this month's payroll, would be a deliverable, but even then, it's still borderline. So it's all just output. You know, you're moving the payroll forward.
Okay.
Yeah. So we definitely have a lot more output than we do deliverables. But another example of a deliverable would be a quarter block. So we're making a quarter block. That actual block would be a deliverable, but it has to be done. Creating a draft version of it is just output.
Okay.
So any other questions, or does anyone else want to put it in their own words in terms of what output and deliverables are?
I created a small draft about square value tracking, like steps to follow when you're putting the information on the spreadsheet and stuff. So I don't know if that would be like some kind of output.
Obviously, yes. I mean, even doing the value squared is output overall. But what you're talking about is what we would call a process and system. So if you're creating a process or a system, once the process or system is created, that would actually be considered a deliverable. There are many types of deliverables that do not get bonuses, right? I can give an example of that for like your buddy team, and setting up your main buddy team is a deliverable, right? Because once you do that, it's done. You don't really have to do it ever again. You're updating your proposal would be just an output or whatever, but it's what you're paid to do. We're paying you to set up your buddy teams, and so we're not going to pay you a bonus for that deliverable because that's like your core task. I mean, that's part of your base responsibilities as working with us in the beginning. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So there are many types of deliverables that people can work on that are not going to get you a bonus. So let's quickly look at the deliverables budget. I mean the output budget. Or maybe it's deliverables budget. Let's see, systems and processes. We have 10 systems and processes. Each one gets $10. So if you make a system or process, we're saying if it's a priority system or process, that we're saying that it would be worth $10 per system or process. So systems and processes are very important because they create a model that can be replicated and train other people to do it. Did I answer your question, Jorge?
sure.
Cool. All right, so the last type of bonus is the team bonus. And this one hasn't started yet. This would be for next month. This would start next budget round. It'd be like mid-August. But we can already start thinking about it. We're thinking about putting an additional $2,000 into the team bonus if we can budget it. Basically, the way to think about this is that individuals have responsibilities, and we want them to complete their responsibilities and do the output and the deliverables. But it doesn't give any incentive to that person to care about what anyone else is doing. It's like you can still just focus on your deliverable and your work, and basically who cares if anything else is getting done, because I'm going to get my bonus for the work that I'm doing. So that is still seems to be a problem in terms of like the broader context of the organization. So what this means is that you could say, okay, the Andromeda team may have multiple projects and maybe 50 responsibilities plus, right? 50 plus responsibilities. You could even have individual buddy teams that have a project responsibility. So you could even have a buddy team with a project responsibility or oversight, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So right now we're not really talking about buddy teams getting bonuses, but we could easily give a buddy team a bonus as well, which would be split between the buddies, right? But more importantly than anything else is the core team bonus. So we have a single. So this would be Andromeda team / super team bonuses. And then you have the core team as we're single global core team. So the idea is that if we get everything done, everyone gets a bonus, right? So the idea here is that in the team bonus, we're all working together to get the bonus together. So it's in our best interest as a team to make sure everything gets done, not just my own responsibilities. Right? So in that way, it's like if we obviously see that there's this task that needs to get done or this responsibility and no one's doing it, we need to hire another person. And it's in our best interest to support the recruitment process and get more people involved, get them trained, working on the other responsibilities to get everything done. Otherwise, no one's going to get the bonus.
Yeah, understood.
So that's the idea of the team bonus. So it's technically a proposal. And I might as well pull it up from yesterday. So Tuesday was yesterday. No, yesterday was Thursday. Wednesday. Yesterday was Wednesday. Today is Thursday. All right.
Oh, Jay is 3:30, and if you want to wrap up, we still have like 10 more minutes.
All right. Well, let's just vote on this proposal real quick. So it's basically core team bonuses, maybe up to like $2,000. So if you get 100% of everything done, maybe we do like $500 per week. Right. So this would be a weekly or monthly bonus, and it would go to everybody. And we break it out by jurisdiction and pay to make sure that it's fair, and so that people in super rich jurisdictions don't have no incentive. That it's everybody has the same incentive to complete the bonus together. And obviously, over time, we want to increase the team bonus. But the idea is that we really want to encourage us all to take on all of the responsibilities. Anyways, we'll work it out. So anyways, I'm a yes on this. Steve's a yes on this. Okay, yes, Steve, yes.
I'm a yes on this one.
Nellie's a yes. Jorge, are you a yes?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, Gene, we got Gene, we've got Thomas, anyone else? James. So, James, you want to vote?
MIS.
Tully's here. I'm gonna check in on Tully real quick. If you can get Dean and Thomas voting, that would be great.
MIS.
Hey Tully, we're in the middle of a meeting right now.
Okay, yeah. Call me back, or I'll call you back maybe tomorrow or something.
Okay, but I wanna remind you that this Friday, I think it's Friday, which would be tomorrow, is the Galactic session.
What's that? What time is it, man? I'm gonna be in. Dude. I'm doing some real cool. I got some scheduling tomorrow, man. I'm gonna be at some classes tomorrow, man.
Nice.
What time? At 2?
Wait, no, it's not. It's next week. It's next Friday. It's next Friday, and it's going to be at 1:00 p.m. America's time. Not America's time. 2:00 p.m. It's 1:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, next Friday.
Hey. Yeah. Very important. Cosmically urgent. I'm taking some very divisive steps. Very curate. Cat acts of bravery. You know what, brother? I'm channeling into you because you are a Syrian of great power. I know you are very powerful, Jacob. I know you are.
Well, we're working hard, man. We're working. I got a whole team here going. We're working nonstop.
I am dedicating. I'm channeling all my energy in your power. Richard says your power, my power. I mean your power, man. Your power. I can channel this nervous energy into you, and then you're like galactic consciousness. Thank you, brother.
Nice.
All the hard work, man. It's paying off for you because it's helping people, man. Do it. All right.
Okay, well, let's talk and let's get people on the call next Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we'll make it awesome. It'll be our first Galactic Federation, the whole 9 yards. So it'll be like 2-3 hours, whatever people can do. 20 minutes is fine. Okay. All right, big hug, lots of love. I'll talk to you soon, Tully. All right, stop. So that was Tully. He's involved in our Galactic session, and he's very excited about it. And he's like our main guy who wants it to happen. Without Tully, it probably would not have happened. So, and he's also the main guy who got the FQN experiences started. Without that, the FQN experiences probably wouldn't have started either. So, anyways, Tully is good. We should note him on the notes that he checked in. Give him some equity. All right. Thomas voted yes. What about Jean? Did Jean vote?
Yes.
Yes, for me too.
All right, Nelly, what's up? What's next?
Okay, we should go to our next topic, which is clarify policies on working, paid work, and honorary work.
This is just a quick check-in and making sure it's clear. I was hoping that Anacleta would be here, but basically no one can do honorary work, which would be like pro bono work, and then you make it clear that when people are being paid, you need to track all of your hours, right? So if you don't track all your hours, then you can estimate how many hours you put in over the week. If you think you put in part-time, go up 50%. If you think you put in 3/4 time or whatever, you can estimate it. You lose your daily equity, but you would still get your weekly equity. The only way to get hourly equity is to track the actual, start time and stop time is the most highest level of equity that we offer, and that would go into our daily and weekly master note schedule. That we can, but pretty much this one is simply that Anacleta sent some messages that sort of implied that she would just work for free, and she just can't do that. And I'm not sure, maybe she didn't mean that, maybe she did. I was hoping to clarify it here, but if people talk to her, definitely, make sure it's clear that she should track her hours. If she's reading notes, if she spends 15 minutes reading notes, she should track, 0.25 hours, right? Or reading emails or checking in on Skype, whatever. It's hours that she's putting in. And if she wants to work for free, she can, but she needs to update her monthly proposal and write that she wants to reduce her wage. Cool. So that's pretty much it.
Discuss it with the body team, right?
Say again?
And also discuss it with the body team.
Yeah, I mean her buddy team. Yeah, her buddy team members would have to approve that. Yeah. Cool. So you got to track the hours. You know, you can change your monthly budget. You know, and you can go down. You know, you don't. A lot of people actually go down as well as up. You know, if you want to reduce your monthly budget, you can do that. And obviously, the majority of the work that's going to be getting done is all done with you know, just equity, no upfront pay, and volunteers. So, any other questions on our honorary work policy? Just track your hours. We'll give you equity. You can get you paid. That's a good thing. And you can estimate it. You know, usually we estimate to 0.25 hours, and then 0.5 hours after. Are we ready to move on, or any other questions on that? Or I think we're good. Right.
Okay. Are we good on this topic? All right.
Okay.
Then let's move to the next topic, which is additional Excel.
Yes, additional.
Okay, and Nelly,
Yes.
before you move on, for Thomas, I think he had not filled the second form for the recruitment. So I was asking if he can be given the link so that I can finalize on working on his main document, and maybe if I can be given access to the spreadsheet.
So Thomas, it looks like you haven't filled out the detailed personnel questionnaire intake. Oh, but there is 2 questionnaire intakes now. So you want to make sure, James, that you go to, when you go to the personnel support doc, at the top of it, there's now the simple intake, which is the public rankings. And then we have the link to the general evaluation. Oh, no, that's the evaluations. Template profile. And then there's the new detailed personnel intake and the old personnel intake. So the new detailed intake is a different one. And it looks like it has, does it have any responses? It's spinning. No, it doesn't look like there's any responses here. But it's still loading. Oh no, it's 1 response. Andreen filled it out. Okay. So no, I think you're correct. I think that it was not filled out. So let's just send, are you on the, we also want to get everybody, we need to get Jean and Thomas on the Skype. That's another important thing if someone could work on that. Maybe Steve, you could help with that?
I already have them on Skype. I don't know to which team shall I add them.
Well, the Andromeda team, of course.
To Andromeda, okay. I will add them.
We can take them off if we end up not working with us, but you know, it'll be good
of course.
Get them on something.
Okay.
So yeah, just let me know when it's on there, and then I can post.
Okay, Jane and Thomas. Okay, now they are both there.
James, did Jean fill it out?
Sorry?
Did Jean fill it out? The detailed one?
Yeah, me, I filled the old one. I did.
I know, but what about Jean? Anyways, let's just assume that it wasn't done until we know that it was done. So I think both Jean and Thomas should fill out this new detailed personnel intake questionnaire just to make sure that it gets done. But the drama team. Okay. All right, Nelly, let's move on.
You're welcome. Okay. So shall we go to the next topic?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. The next topic will be additional Excel.
Okay, so this is 2 things. One is you know, strategy. 2 is policy, and 3 is proposal. You know, to add Steve as liaison, question mark. To add Jorge as liaison, question mark. And also, there's like scheduling our joint exa / FQN meeting. So the strategy would be like, we want it to be very professional when we're talking with our client, so client communication should be professional. We want to have it really clear, who and when to talk to each other. We want to make sure that they know who they're talking to. The policy would basically be like, do we allow people to basically pretend to be other people, right? So right now, Jorge's using Nelly's account, which is the Slack account, right? And so basically people are just communicating with Jorge, but they think they're communicating with Nelly. And so if I were talking to the client, what do I tell them? And maybe that might be unprofessional. So I have some concerns there. So we want to make sure we're clear on our policy. Do we either like create new accounts? Like, do we allow people to share quote credentials, between people that the client doesn't know, right? And then the other concept is, do we want to add liaisons? Like, how many liaisons do we want? So right now we have Nelly, Isaac, Jay.
Well, you might as well stop talking about Isaac. Please stop talking about Isaac. He seems to have deserted us.
Well, I know, but he's still a liaison. He has a Slack account with the client. We probably should take him off. Like, so we could propose to remove Isaac.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I propose to remove Isaac.
Okay, do we have any objections to removing Isaac from the Exit Slack and having him not be the liaison anymore?
No objection.
Okay.
No, not at all.
There, so that's done. All right, so what about the rest of the stuff? Anyone want to comment on the strategy
I think,
and the policy?
As Jorge and I are working every day with value tracking, and what we passed this week that I got sick, and we needed to get the work done. And what we did is it was that I gave him, my account was to solve the problem, to get the work done. So I think it's a good idea to get Jorge an account for Slack.
So do we like the idea that generally our policy should not be to share credentials, and that instead we should be focusing on getting people, like approving them as liaisons and getting them official accounts?
I mean, I don't think overall it was a bad idea, because at the end it's just sending the reminders, and then when they sent their replies, I was the one replying them.
It was a one way.
Yeah, I was the one in contact with the EXA team, not Jorge.
Okay.
So
Steve, how do you feel about all this?
From a practical standpoint, I don't, and I was there when it all happened. From a practical standpoint, since I understand why it had to get done on a professional level, I think we should have a team Slack account, and there's certain people who have access to it, and that the client knows that it might not always be the same person contacting them with their emails. I think if for any reason both of you are out, somebody else has to be able to do it anyway. Though I don't know if, maybe we need to consider, I have my own Slack account on the bill. I don't think, we might have to set up, in my opinion, a team Slack account, and with Nelly as the primary person, or Nelly and Jorge as the primary people, but somebody else, you or me or whatever, or for some reason they can't do it, can get in and do it. But I don't think anybody, the whole team, the whole global team should be able to contact EXA. I think it has to be kept to, the people who are approved to be the liaisons.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that we're pretty clear. what we want to do here. So let me make a proposal. I would propose on our policy that basically we, that are officially we focus on making sure the client knows who they are talking to at all times, and that it's to basically be professional, etc. But that internally we understand that we want to be flexible and make temporary minor decisions to make sure the work gets done. So in that way, it's like the best of both worlds. And then as far as our strategy, I think what we should do is that we should kind of cut the idea of the exit liaison, especially if we go the direction of all of these different types of agreements and contracts that we have. And we should think about, instead of how many exit liaisons, we should talk about how many exit liaisons for each type of agreement, right? So for example, maybe one is value tracking liaisons, and then maybe we should have both Nelly and Jorge, right? Then we have, executive liaisons is, Jay, legal, or I could say legal and executive liaison. Like I'm like this, much higher level liaison, right? And then we would have the house liaison, and this would be and that would be a proposal. So those are the two proposals. Should we do them one at a time or both at the same time?
I think I do agree with this.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. So any other objections?
Not for me.
It's a very good proposal.
Yeah. So I think in this way, it gives us the maximum flexibility. This also will allow us to make it really clear to the client, even if we have 5 or 6 liaisons, that this is the liaison for this specific reason, right?
Yeah.
And then as we get more agreements, and like I said, we take on communications roles, we could have a communications liaison. If we have, additional roles that we can get more people involved, because there's no way that one person can create liaison for everything, There's too much to do.
That's what Jay's been doing, and it's time to give a little break.
All right, cool. And then, so I think this proposal is done. Let's just double check on the policy. We're all approving this proposal for the making our official policy that we want our clients to know who they're talking to at all times, but internally we understand we can be a little flexible. But when we are flexible, we need to inform everyone. Everyone so we are on the same page. Okay? All right, so no objections to that? All right.
No objections.
Objections.
All right, we're ready. We're done. Oh, and I want to schedule this meeting. Someone needs to help us schedule this meeting and prioritize this. Who's our scheduling coordinator? Don't we have a scheduling coordinator?
Yeah, we have around 10 minutes to wrap up.
All right, well, we should probably start wrapping up. Are there any last topics we need to do, or are we ready to wrap up?
Yes, we do. Discuss documentations on documenting our document and notes.
I think Steve would really want to do this, so let's do this one really quick.
All right, real quick. For those of you who've been here, I sent everybody or I put on your homepage or sent you a Skype with a link to the team notes document page. The only people who have put in there are there since the middle of June, Amir J. They're not in the Andromeda main sheet. They're nowhere. Please go back and look at the dates from June 23rd on and add your buddy team documents to. I will send you all the link again this evening. Please add your buddy teams to the list. It's the only way we know. It's the best way for us to track every buddy team that's done. If we need to find something, it's there. It's not on your main page, on your main page, on this one's main page, on the buddy team. It's all in one place for the Andromeda team. I will send everyone the link again tonight during the Pacific session. So everybody has it. I'm pretty sure you'll do. For those of you who haven't added anything, I put it up to date as of June 23rd. Anything after that, please go back into your buddy team note, your buddy team docs, and they had the stuff that isn't there. You can know that anyone that I was on is definitely in there. And I think 99% of the ones that Jay was on were definitely in there. So if we were on it, you don't have to put it. But the ones that we weren't on, please put it in the right date order. It would be appreciated. Thank you.
Okay.
Not a big deal.
Cool. So this is part of just like improving our documentations, making sure people know where to find things. It also relates to transparency. For example, here we have this should be Andromeda double team doc, or actually it's a super team doc. And then we have our Andromeda main sessions doc. So it's really important that the main sessions are always put onto the main session doc. In addition to that, what he's talking about is this one, the link to all super team notes doc. Okay, so this all super team notes doc, I want to make sure is also linked to the main sessions doc. The reason we have the main sessions doc is it's very clean, it's simple, it's straightforward, it's great, right? So Thursday, July 6th, should, at the top, it should be Thursday, July 13th. So this is not updated, so someone needs to update
That's
this.
not the right doc. Or maybe it is, maybe it is.
Yeah.
I have to look at it.
And then what I'm also adding here is I'm adding the link to all of the super team doc notes, right? And so this is the link to all the super team doc notes where people should be putting all of their buddy teams and other things. And this is also separate from the other one, which I'll go over in a second. But this is just our list of all of our notes. This used to be on the Andromeda super team doc, but we had so many. Oh no, where are all the notes? There, we had so many notes. We had pages of notes. That we took it out of the super team doc because the super team doc is so cluttered and such a mess. Okay, does that make sense?
But so we need to add in different places, also in the global weekly daily list of documents.
Yep. Yeah, but the global daily list of documents is not just for notes; it's for all documents, right? So notes happen to be a type of document, and so we also put it there. And we'd also we'd link it within the master daily notes, or master daily or weekly notes schedule itself. Yeah.
Okay, so there's three different places where we need to put the documents on.
Whoever makes the buddy team doc could just, as they're making the doc, link it to the three places. That's all.
Yep.
When you're making the buddy team doc, just link it to the three places.
Right. Yeah, and it just depends on
even
what.
Even if you link a blank doc, even if you link it when it's blank, it doesn't matter. It'll still take you to the doc after it's filled up. It's it's a link to the doc, and if you change the doc, that's fine. You don't have to wait until the end. You can do it right at the very beginning.
Yeah. So I mean, eventually we'll get better at it. But overall, we just want people to understand that the goal is to keep track of all the documentations and be transparent so that everybody can view what all the other buddy teams and other people are doing as needed.
Okay.
So I think we're ready to check out.
All right. So right now is going to be the time to check out. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first since I got here last.
Okay.
What I was here for, first, nice to have the new people. I hope to be working with you shortly. I've been doing this for a while, and so I'm happy to see new people all the time. It was a lot harder when it was just me and Jake trying to do things. Or me and Tully, or whatever. Everybody else, as always, I'm happy to see all of you. It's nice to have a nice big meeting and get things accomplished. And I will be back in an hour for the Pacific session.
All right. Thank you so much, Dave. So who wants to go next?
I can go next.
Okay, James.
So today I had a great session, and it is good to hear that I have a neighbor by the name of Thomas from Uganda. and I hope that we will be working together to accomplish more of the tasks that are within the community. And I'm just excited, because it feels good when you know that you have a person who comes from this almost the same geographical areas as me. So I'm really excited, and I would really welcome him to the team. That's my check for today.
Thank you so much, James. Who wants to go next?
Okay, I'll go next.
Okay, Thomas, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, James, for what you've said to me. Okay, for me, I'm very excited, and I want to thank you all of you, from Jay, Nelly, Steve, Jean, James, and Andre. I'm so excited today by then. So thank you for all the update you've given to me. At least now I have to know what is happening in this community. So thank you all. And I hope we'll cooperate together and work together. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Thomas.
Yep.
So, Jean, would you like to check out?
Yes. Thank you, everyone. And then I'm excited about the work I am doing. And then looking forward to everything. Just excited for now.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Jorge?
I think there was a very good session, getting to know new people and getting things more organized and focus on what we need to do on the future and how we are becoming from 0 to getting more things every single day. Albany, check.
Great. Thanks. Jay?
I thought this was a good session. I feel like we got through a lot of stuff, but there's also a lot of things that we didn't get through. And that would include our goals for the week, what we want to accomplish, and our schedule, all those good jazz things. So, hopefully we'll continue to get better, more organized, and it is technically possible as the network gets more organized that we can push some of these policy questions to like either the global team for the steering team meeting, or like the Americas network, either the steering team or the Saturday meetings, to deal with more of the policy issues, so that the Andromeda team can focus more on the actual goals and the work that's getting done itself. So yeah, overall it was really good though. It's exciting, and we're all happy for getting new people and new energy. It always helps, get momentum going.
Right.
Yeah. Check.
All right. Well, I'll go next. I think this was a very good session. I'm very happy that there is new people coming to work together. I think we just forgot to mention that they can do some training with the videos that we already have. But well, I think they will learn over with time, and because you can do Jean and Thomas, you can do training, with the videos that we already have from trainings before. Okay, so so I think it was a good session. We always need more time to check on more things, but overall it was good. Thank you, and I think that's it. Check.
Cool. Let me just address that last point on the video training stuff. The primary thing that everyone starts at level 3, and so at level 3 you come to scheduled buddy sessions for getting work done and training and things like that. But you can be assigned additional work and tasks to do that are high priority, right? At any time, right? So, but you need to be assigned them. So at this point in time, the top priorities is to help Gene and Thomas get their main doc set up, get onboarded, knowing how the work reporting works, as well as ensuring that they know how to set up their provisional buddy team and or main buddy team, and just like that. That's the top right. Getting organized, starting to know where their list of responsibilities are, and help them figure out both their schedule and their list of responsibilities that they want to learn about and get involved in. Right. So those are all super important priorities to put a couple hours in, and we assigned Lucy and James to work with Thomas to help with that, and then we're also assigning both Thomas and Gene to connect, and maybe Gene can connect more with like Julie and or Benji as well. We can figure that out tonight. But anyways, so it should all work out. But generally speaking, once you guys choose your responsibilities, we can assign you specific videos that you will learn for the types of responsibilities that you're interested in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's it for today. And we're done. I don't know. I think Jorge's going to work on the
Valley tracking.
On the valley tracking. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you very much all. Please have a nice day.
Okay.
Thank
you.
Bye.
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 Okay, Nelly, I'll see you at 7.
See you. Yeah.
We have a buddy team together at 7, so we'll see you then.
See you then.
Okay.
Bye.
We can talk about and whatever you want to talk about when we figure it out.
And for Thomas, and
we mentioned something that we needed to discuss. I don't remember what. Can you remember?
Community relations.
Yeah.
Client
client relations.
So, really quickly,
Client relations.
for Thomas and Gene, since we didn't really finalize your guys' schedule, I mean, you guys can come to any existing scheduled buddy team session. You just look at the calendar and you can just come. But, send us a Skype message on your availability and add it to your main doc. We can make sure you have a schedule, and then we'll add you to the buddy team schedule.
Okay.
Cool. All right. See you guys later.
Okay, see you in an hour. So long.
See you in an hour.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Remember to turn your screen off, Jay. Me and Nelly got to watch it the whole 2 hours yesterday.
Of course.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Guys. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hello, Jay.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting to see if Thomas will update the will fill the other form so that I can complete his his main doc so that I can link it to the relevant documents.
Okay. No problem. Yeah, just to remind him, just keep reminding him until he does it.
Yeah, but it's almost done. It's almost like 80% done. So I'm just waiting for the form so that I can complete all the remaining parts. But it will be done.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you so much. I think I'll leave you on the hangout. I need to get a nap now. It's almost 1:10.
Jeez. Okay. Good night.
No, thank you so much.
Bye. No problem. See you later.
Uh,
Gene, do you have any last question or anything? Or Gene, you there? Hey, Steve, I'm just grabbing a bite to eat and I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
How's it going?
Hello, good evening.
Hi, Andreen.
How are you?
Pretty good.
Hello.
Pretty good. Just hard at work. Worky.
Okay.
That's all Jay does is work. Every once in a blue moon, he might take a little time off for himself. Once in a blue moon.
I try to balance a little bit.
I did hear you say you had a friend over the other day and that you were going because you wanted to hang out with your friend.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing. You know. I mean, at the sometimes that I'm late, it's because I'm not actually living life and doing things. And I actually got stuck in traffic today by Christopher Street. I was on the in the West Village. I actually got caught on the corner of Gay Street. It was hilarious. But there was some protest going on. Anti-gay. I haven't seen an anti-gay marriage protest in like 3 years. And there was some bunch of people protesting gay marriage. And Mary's with us. There we are. We are all here.
Yeah, too many of us. I'm gonna check the buddy team schedule.
The buddy team should be me and Nelly now, and you and Andreen. Okay. I don't even have to check.
According to the schedule is yes, Steve and I.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
And you guys are in the secondary hangout.
All right, we can go to secondary. we're together now, and then at the hour we switch to you and Nelly and me and Andrew.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay, Nelly, I'll meet you on the secondary hangout.
of course.
Bye, guys.
Ciao.
Bye.
Hi, Andreen.
Hi, Steve. Hi, Jay.
You want to go ahead and make a doc for us today and put some priorities on it?
Working on it right away.
I gotta do all this document organizing and also some of my backups and hard drive space. My computer's about to, too much stuff on it. I need to get off it. And then I need to work on all this legal stuff. We have this huge legal deadline tomorrow that I need to work on. So
I might have to go to work, but I'm waiting on someone to come and pick me up.
okay, when do you think that might be?
I'm not sure. He said he was in a meeting, so I have to wait until this meeting is finished.
Okay, yeah, just let me know anytime. But do you have a lot of work that you can work on too, like the recruitment and things like that?
Do you have more persons coming in? If you have more persons coming in, I can work on that. Yes.
Well, there might be emails. There's the Outsourcely. There's getting all the main docs and personnel docs set up, et cetera, et cetera. So.
Okay. All right. Let me just.
And there's also some of the payroll things that need to be updated and like that. So it looks like I might need to do another check-in with Vienna at 4:30.
Okay.
So We might need you to jump in with Steve and Nelly.
Yeah, okay.
But anyways, we have at least another 10, 20, 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
But this would just be like a client check-in on some legal stuff. And I'm working on getting all these documents organized right now. I did some government filing, so I'm just databasing and getting the documents filed correctly. What you working on? Are you still there?
Still here. Someone.
So what?
What we worked on yesterday was the calendar and the moon calendar, and to put them make sure that all the moon schedules were on the calendar and that they were scheduled properly, and filling out the verification sheet.
Are they
That's
all?
what we did.
Are they all in the
They're
moon
on
calendar?
September 6th. Yes.
Are they all in the moon calendar?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, we did that.
So if I go in and looked at it right now, it would show them all the light blue color, and they would all be in the lunar calendar as opposed to Gregorian calendar.
I'm sure they're on the Gregorian calendar.
Well, we don't want them on the Gregorian calendar. We want them on the lunar calendar.
All right.
Do you think they're on the lunar calendar? You said you were sure. Are you sure?
No, not sure.
So maybe we should.
Because I know that we did work on a calendar yesterday, and
well, here, can you see
I
my
think that was
screen?
Gregorian calendar.
Can you see my screen?
Not yet. Yes.
If I go to the calendars and I go to let's say America's time. This week there's no lunar activities. So if we go to Sunday, we have the quarter moon, and see how it's like a light blue color.
Yes.
That's the lunar calendar, whereas these ones are like the dark blue color, which means they're on the Gregorian calendar.
Okay.
So it says here, Unity Gregorian scheduled sessions calendar. And then if I go back to this one, I click on this one, more details. Unity Selling Lunar Sessions calendar. See?
Yes.
So that's correct. So then I would go to the next one. And it says New Moon Sessions. See how it's the light blue?
Yeah.
And this one would be on the lunar calendar as well, which is good. A quarter moon and the full moon. So yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
And the quarter moon's here. This one's wrong for sure. So I don't think this new moon session's right, but I don't know. You never know. Cool. Well, that's good. So we can verify that. So do you still have more work to do on that?
No, I'm going to go to the outsourcing.
Okay, cool. And did you get RDoc set up?
I'm almost finished.
Almost finished. It looks
I
like,
shared it on the
okay, yeah, it looks like you shared it. So, I mean, it's still pretty messy here. We want to definitely have it a lot cleaner. Do you see what I'm saying? It's kind of messy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we definitely want to just like get it cleaner. I would just start with a blank doc, you know, and just have just like a blank template. So I'm not doing any of this. I'm doing some document organizing. I'm not working on recruitment, and I'm not doing any of this, or doing any of that. So I need to meet with Vienna for legal questions, and then also work on the and so you would put your task there. You would put your tasks there as well. Does that make sense? So you see how this is a lot clearer now? It's like simple and clear and straightforward. You know, so we don't have any buddy teams, and maybe just like get organized for our buddy team session, so we know what we're doing. I'm also working on the Swiss Foundation Articles of Association. And I'm also working on this Mark employment contract. Lots of other things. So those are my main things that I'm working on right now. Do you have anything else that you could work on besides Outsourcely?
No, not right now. I don't have anything else. I can look on the task,
cool.
The master task list to see if there's something else there.
So you should have 5 responsibilities that you're always doing.
Yes.
So yeah, and you want to update. You should be updating your main doc so that you never ever have to say that ever again. You know, it's like, what else could you work on? You should at least have 5 that you could be working on. You know.
Okay. So I'm gonna check the master task list and see what is there.
Okay, but for now you're perfectly fine just working on the recruitment without Outsourcely. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So when we're done with the Outsourcely, then you can review the other responsibilities and you're good to go. How's everything going, Andrew?
There are 15 new applicants that I'm responding to.
Great. Do you know how to do the, oh wait, we did it the other day, right? Where we go to the, where they respond to, and then you can add, input them in the correct information, and then we can rank them, yeah?
Yes.
And I also want to prioritize August, talking to August, as well as the other local people here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Like, it still just hasn't worked out yet, and it's concerning. Yep.
Still there?
Yep.
Oh. What you said what you say should happen when they did not fill out the lowest. They didn't fill out the lowest hourly rate of pay, and they didn't fill out the they fill out the lowest time, but they didn't fill out the lowest rate.
So what happens is it's just an equation. You can click on some of the ones above it, but what you would find is it's an equation. It's just the